Hey everyone, James here from DMZ Computers. I thought I'd just share a couple of tips with you. Perhaps you already are aware of what I'm about to show you, but potentially maybe you can save some money or have some more features than what you presently have. Really, what I want to talk about is a couple of offerings from maybe some gray market, or it could be legitimate too. There are options for different solutions, I suppose. Also, some cloud storage. Um, but yeah, let's just start with that. So, for IPTV, I'm not sure if you are aware of IPTV, but basically it's a television service that you would receive over the internet as opposed to from a provider like Shaw Rogers, MTS from Manitoba. IPTV is a service. Again, it comes in different flavors. There are legitimate providers, and there's also, of course, the gray market variant. But it definitely can be a valid solution to help you save some money. There are providers such as Glow TV. Now, Glow TV is one of many. I just picked it because it was what came up in a search engine. That particular service, I know, is $11 a month. $11 a month, but you have to have an internet connection that would be able to support it. Typically, you want to have like 25 meg for download, which is not extremely fast, but it could be an issue if you are in an area that only gets serviced by ADSL, as an example. But if you have broadband, it shouldn't be a problem at all. But you have to think, like, from an MTS perspective, they would charge you $80 a month for TV services. Plus, of course, you get the different packages you add on, et cetera, et cetera. Next thing you know, you're over $100, and you still are left with having, Apple TV, Netflix services. Maybe you want to have Disney Plus or Paramount and Amazon, right? You start adding all your subscriptions together, and it becomes, well, quite possible to spend like $200 a month on TV service. Really? That's just, yeah. $10 a month, and you get everything. Now again, there's different providers with different services and different offerings, etc. Just as an example, like Glow TV, thousands of channels, really anything you can think of, and $10 a month. Now, one of the neat things about that service that I particularly am excited about is the fact that they record every channel. So you can go back 3 days. So typically in a PVR solution with MTS, or your cable provider, you have to go to the guide, you pick your show, you choose to record, reoccurring, so it catches the series and you keep on having it and it's stored on a local storage device, and away you go. This, you go to the guide, the EPG, you can go back in time up to 3 days and watch whatever you want. It matters not. You didn't have to pick to record it. It's simply just there. You just got to select the show and watch it, and fast forward through the commercials if you so wish. Kind of neat. Again, it's an interesting idea to potentially save some money from all of these different subscriptions, right? Now you still, of course, with IPTV, you don't get Netflix, you don't get Disney Plus, you don't get Paramount, you don't get Amazon, right? You don't get those services, but you get like every sports channel, you get every cable channel, you get all the local stations from all of North America. Heck, they even have numerous different countries. If you wanted to watch TV from, well, from England, absolutely, they're there. If you wanted to watch, really, you pick, gosh, any channel from around the globe, it's going to be on there. Thousands of channels. Interesting. But what about subscriptions? So you got to have Netflix, and you got to have this, and you got to have that. And that's where all the nickel and diming comes in. Well, another option is Plex. Now, Plex is a media server that you can install on your own iron, right? And then you can, of course, populate your library with all of your DVDs and your Blu-rays, etc. And it has an interface that's much like Netflix or any of the other subscription services. It's quite user-friendly, right? So there are Plex services that you can subscribe to. Again, basically what you're doing is you're paying money to someone so that you can look at their library. It'll populate your Plex. Example. Excuse me. We have, oh gosh, let's add. No. Just 1 second here. I need to add something. And I don't want that. No. Why did I choose that? I don't want browser. I want, what do I want? Display capture. Perfect. All right. So there we go. So we have an interface like this. Sorry about that little hiccup. I forgot to add that to my scene. But anyways, here's an offering of Plex, right? So you sign into Plex, you have a service, you have an experience which is very, very similar to Netflix or Paramount or Disney Plus or whatever. You have search capabilities, right? You have, of course, your watch list. You have your continue watching. You have your movies, all of your TV shows, playlists, whatever you want to construct. It's all here. And in varying degrees of quality, right? 4K or just typical HD. With audio streams that would support, 7.1, or you might have Atmos, or you might have 5.1, but extremely good quality and potentially different levels of quality depending on what you're watching on, right? Whether it be a phone, a tablet, or TV. And again, nickel and diming, but $10 a month. But the interesting thing about Plex is, let's say you have a favorite show. Let's say you're watching Dark Matter from Apple Plus, right? And that's the series that you want to watch. Well, it's going to be on Plex, not the night that it actually is playing a new episode, but the day after. It would be available in your watch list or to search it and look for the series. Well, that's kind of neat. $10 a month. Huh. So really, from a Netflix perspective, Apple, Disney, list goes on and on. Any of the more popular offerings would be available on Plex. So that's kind of neat. Kind of neat. Again, so the IPTV, that's going to be $10 a month. And different providers offer you different solutions. Some will have the ability for you to pay a bit more to have multiple screens. Or you can have to pay potentially the $10 for each of the screens. Now, by a screen, I don't mean a television, but the set-top box you have the IPTV service running on. So if you have, let's say, a Formula GTV, the Formula set-top box, or the NVIDIA Shield, or whatever it is that you're using, that device can go with you. And you can hook it up to the internet anywhere you are, and you'll have access, of course, to that content. Because the subscription typically is based on, well, for some services, it's based on MAC address, right? The MAC address of the set-top box is how you anchor your subscription. So let's say you have a broadband solution where you go camping and you park your fifth wheel for the summer, or you have a cabin, or whatever the case. You can take it with you, right? You got Starlink, and you take your Starlink with you for your internet. Well, you can take your TV with you too. You don't have to worry about having another set-top box that you're paying rent on from a provider, right? It's convenience. It's kind of neat. So that's another way, potentially, to save a bit of money. Plex. Plex can be a very good solution. I really enjoy it. Simplifies everything. And the experience is super easy for anyone to use. Kids can use it. And the other way to save some money is M365. Now, for cloud storage, we all have mobile devices. You can't even see that. I erased it on the video. But so you got a phone, you got a tablet, you got a computer, Mac, PC, whatever the case is. And a lot of people will have cloud-based storage subscriptions to, Apple, or they'll have Dropbox, or they'll have whatever. The list goes on for cloud storage providers. There's a lot of them. But the cost, right? So, you get a Microsoft account, you get the 5 gigs free, and if you add it to your device for a camera roll, they might give you a bonus, but it's only 5 gig. Years ago, I signed up for the M365 family. Now, that's $109 plus tax a year. You're like, whoa, that's almost $10 a month. Yeah, but it's for 6 people. It's family. So when you have a subscription to Microsoft for their M365 family, you get 6 terabytes of storage. Now, it's a terabyte per person, right? So you have an account and you have 5 others to share with family. Everybody gets a terabyte of space, OneDrive, premium cloud storage. This is available and accessible through applications and natively through the Windows operating system. So you can install it on an Apple, you can install it on tablets, you can install it on, like for Android, right? Or it's available on Windows. And it syncs, right? Everything goes to a common place and it's accessible anywhere, even via browser. If you're not even around your own devices, you can sign in and have access to your content. But it's not just a terabyte of space that everybody gets. They also get Office. The full install of Office on 5 PCs or Macs, 5 tablets, 5 phones. Now you're like, well, wait a minute here. My phone can get that from a store. I get Office anyways. Yeah, but you can't edit, right? With this, you're signing in. You can edit the documents on your mobile device. It's different. Plus, right, you get Clipchamp, you get Editor. You also get Microsoft Defender. Now, Defender is built into the operating system, but this is more of a managed solution where you can deploy it and you can manage it and you get notifications, and it just extends on Defender's capabilities. It's a very good solution. But Office, always up to date, right? On your phones, tablets, PCs. Everybody in your subscription gets 5 installs on PCs or Macs, 5 tablets, 5 phones. That's not the total for your subscription, that's per person. So 6 people get that themselves. It's like, well, that's still $120 a month or a year. Let's say it's $10 a month then, right? Because, 120. So $10 a month times 12 months, 120. Makes sense to me. Simple math. So it's not $10 a month per person. That's for the plan. That's for the family. So $10 a month for 6 people. So now you're talking about $1.70 a month. $1.70 a month per person for a terabyte of cloud storage with camera sync and all of your documents and whatever else you want to put there on multiple platforms. $1.70 a month. I can't recall how many people have asked me, how can I recover my photos if my drive dies on my computer? Well, aren't they stored in the cloud somewhere? And you got backups? Well, no, I just have them synced to my computer and that's it. I thought that'd be good. You don't have to worry about it if you have cloud storage. Now, there are numerous providers of cloud storage. You're not locking yourself into one ecosystem if you use OneDrive because it's accessible on Mac, on Windows, on Android. It's just easy. Plus you get Office, the industry standard. Well, that's pretty decent. $1.70 a person per month. Is there a different cloud storage provider that offers that same flexibility across multiple platforms with a terabyte of space for $1.70 a month? I can't think of one. That's less than a cup of coffee per month, per person. Why not do that? It just makes so much sense. So $109 a year or $11 a month. It's depending on how, of course, you want to pay for it will dictate how much it's going to be. You pay yearly, you get a small discount. But I've been using this for years. I couldn't imagine being without it. Really, because you can also do known folder move, right? Which means your desktop, your documents, and your pictures on your Windows PCs, that all syncs to the cloud. So if you stored something on your desktop, or you create a file and you put it in your documents, it's synced to OneDrive. It's protected. gosh, it's almost, silly not to consider this. It's a fantastic solution. It really is. So just a quick little first video, just trying out this new OBS solution and trying to get my feet wet with this delivery. But just a quick recap, right? To save some cash and not lose any services, potentially gain services. Well, knowing for sure you're going to gain some service here, right? You consider, of course, IPTV. Now, for some, it's going to be like, I don't know, I think I should be paying $100 a month because I like watching commercials and I think that the service they provide is worth that. Whatever. I'm just saying that there are other options. It's really up to you about this. But IPTV. Now, don't get me wrong. There is also IPTV providers out there that are horrible, that are essentially just going to take your money and yeah, there are places to look for better providers. I haven't really had a problem with it. I don't know. For the amount that I watch, not a lot, it's solid. It's solid. And having Plex, right? Where is my Plex? Where is my Plex? It's gone. There it is. Sheesh. I'm back to Plex. For nothing else, if you wanted to have that as your own media server and load up all your own MKVs, Blu-rays, DVDs, and have your own library running on a small system in your house where you can install a Plex client on any other device and you can access that. I don't know. I've been using Plex for years. But now I'm actually just, spending a bit of money a month on a subscription to somebody else's library, which is extremely extensive. I love it. I think it's the greatest thing ever. You get to pick different audio streams. You get to pick, of course, subtitles. You get to pick potentially video quality, but it's extremely good. I don't have any issues with it at all. I think it's just a great thing. And also, things like M365 Family. You have the ability to save money. Well, if you already have a cloud provider for your storage, potentially you can save money, $1.70 a month per person. Sure. You also, if you don't have a cloud storage provider, and you do have family that can make use of the other 5 accounts, it's an extremely good deal. It's a very good deal. And it also protects you from like crypto virus too, right? Not that it's going to protect you from getting it, but if you do happen to get it, your files are not going to be impacted in the cloud. so you can recover them. Well, gosh, that's rather important. And the other one that's not really mentioned here, but should be mentioned, is Spotify. There is Deezer. There's numerous providers for your audio and your podcast, etc. Audiobooks. Spotify is one of the more popular ones. Spotify also has Family. $20 a month. You get 5 accounts. Premium. So if you're paying right now for an individual Spotify premium account, and you do have family that can make use of Spotify accounts, well, add them to the family plan. Spend $20 a month. All of my kids and in-laws, yeah. Why not? It's cheaper. $20 a month for 5 people, that's $4 a month. Again, simple math. Are you paying $4 a month for Spotify? I doubt it. But anyways, I just thought I'd throw up a video just to start things off and try and get my feet wet around using this OBS. But I thought I'd also make it meaningful and potentially put some information out there that you may have been aware of already, or you weren't aware of it, and maybe generate some conversation about these particular solutions. However, with that, let me just thank you all for, if you've watched this 27 minutes, yeesh. Good for you. Good for you. But there's going to be more content coming. I'm planning on making a wireless bridge to my neighbor's place across the street. Right now it's just being serviced by an access point. And I'm also going to do a couple of things regarding the Wi-Fi and tuning your Wi-Fi, picking the appropriate channels, the do's and don'ts, maybe some of the offerings that Ubiquiti might have for home network that may interest you and perhaps sway you one way or another, going from one vendor for hardware to another, or if you're planning on doing a network upgrade, maybe you'll investigate some of their particular solutions, or maybe you'll get a hold of me and we can kind of figure something out together, depending on what it is you need. Right? We can definitely work on a solution. Anyways, thank you all for being here for this wonderful half hour, and I apologize for my delivery. I'm a newbie at this. This is take one. Anyways, take care. Perhaps we'll hear from you soon.